Thank you for coming here. I want to talk to you first off this evening about what are unique challenges for Russian speakers in particular. So we have many categories: grammar, pronunciation, listening abilities, writing, psychological aspects, cultural aspects of English. That's difficult for all learners, but there are a few things that are unique to Russian speakers. So let's talk about that. The schwa, the most commonly produced sound in the English language, is also used in Russian, but sometimes there is a tendency to overuse it. So we can look at some examples of when to correctly reduce the vowel sound to the schwa sound. We'll talk about this. There is no H sound in Russian. We'll talk about how to produce that. One thing that Russian does have, which is great, and will make one specific element of English much easier, is the consonant clusters. So in Russian, there are also groups of consonants. This topic can be difficult for many languages, but not for Russian speakers, so that's fortunate. We have, again, one thing that's pretty unique to English is the stressed timed rhythm. So it's not going to be based on syllable, but stress. Another thing is tone. As you can hear from the way I speak, maybe, in English we tend to have much more of an up and down rhythm, whereas Russian is generally more neutral. No articles. A and the do not exist. To enter into the grammar of Russian is so different. So the tense and aspect areas of English are going to be very different than how you form verbs or all the agreement that's necessary with the case system in Russian. So these are very different systems linguistically. Auxiliary verbs are always a difficulty. Negations, we never use double negation. This is sometimes present in Russian. So there's, interestingly, borrow words sometimes change their meaning in time. And so there are some cases where Russian has taken English words, but they have different meanings than the way we use the word English now. There are a variety of other things we can talk about. That includes directness versus indirectness when speaking for respect. Also turn taking and when to interrupt, when not to interrupt. This is different culturally in the languages. But beyond that, we've got a number of different things. Another thing, it's a little bit more cultural and educationally linked, but in the Russian education system, there's an emphasis on precision sometimes, which we'll see, especially when it's time to speak. I like to emphasize relaxation, comfort, to find your rhythm. So I hope you will join me. Thank you very much.